Yeah. Come on. Welcome.
Good afternoon. Sean Higgs coming at you. A little midday money on a Wednesday. Welcome on into the show. Like, subscribe, ring the bell here. Winner Free Picks. If you're on the Picks Parlay channel, make sure you watch on the Winner Free Picks channel as well, because sometimes I'll cut it off early here because Bet Win Repeat comes live right after me at 1 o'clock now. And that's why I also added the Sean Higgs page. In the description and in the chat, we have the link to go buy a shirt. Buy a shirt. Support the show. Why wouldn't you? If you don't want to do that, you want to make money, buy a weekly pass for $31.20. Why wouldn't you do that? $31.20, promo code MLB. Winning day yesterday. We continue to eat winning ways, 66-51. Well, we'll get to that recap in a second. We'll get the old banners rolling along here. Twitter, Mr. Sean Higgs, come give me a follow. The picks are all up on the Twitter universe. You got the player props and the regular sides and totals. And here we go. We're going to start the recap at about the 120 mark, we'll call it. 1-4 yesterday with Major League Baseball in the video. 29-37. We're down 395. And this is where, we had harken back to NFL season. We have a good season on premium side of things. Free picks, not so good yesterday. What are we going to do? We had losers all over the joint. Now, premium side-wise, I had a winning day there. We go 6-4. Should have been 6-1. My late ads, and the late ads were actually added to the show here. Yankees under the 8, loser. Dodgers run line. Houston run line. Everything else cash nice. We had Yankees run line. We had Miami Marlins, a nice doggy. Toronto run line. Never in doubt. Texas run line. Never in doubt. Minnesota. Never in doubt. Colorado. Tough one there. It is what it is. So baseball overall winning in the video, not so good. Minus 315 yesterday, now 395 for the season here in midday money. NBA though, how about a 3-0 romper out of the gate here in the playoffs? 19-21 plus $56 on the premium NBA because we had the T-Wolves yesterday. And we had the T-Wolves yesterday here with a couple unders. Nice winner. We'll take it. Nothing in hockey. 28-36 plus 229. Here we go. Today's picks. We have quite a few baseball picks up here. Astros run line. I'll go back to the well here. Even money against Rich Hill. I'm not looking for Dick Mountain. I need a little molehill from the Pirates today. Astros run line plus $8 even money there. Cubs minus the 105. Again, I'm not going to bet on Seattle, who's lost 3 straight. We try to stay away from teams like that or on losing streaks. Milwaukee under 9.5. I got an 8.5 yesterday on the sites because, we had a scratch. It's supposed to be Brandon Woodruff. Good night, Irene. Not here. Miami plus 162. We'll take the big dogs again here with the porpoises, the Marlins. Are they fishes? They're the porpoises. I'm thinking of the Miami Dolphins. I want to call them the Florida Marlins. Why they got to be in Miami? Cabrera, not a good first start. Wheeler the same. But I'll take a 160 with Miami. Texas run line plus the 120. Again, Kansas City dropped 3 in a row. I will look for plus money against a losing team here. And the Rays plus a 152 spot. I did this with Ross and Jesse. I made my case for Taj Bradley as a young stud number 1 prospect for them. And this is more basically the Rays have 7-8 guys hitting over 300. I don't care they're against bad teams. You think Boston's a good team? They're 5-6. Their best player, I would say Devers their best guy, but Duvall's having a great season so far. He's out. The rest of this lineup is pathetic. Do I still have it here? I could real fast. Reese Schneider, 158. Wong, 120. They've played 8 of the 11 games. Hernandez, their everyday shortstops, .83. Cassis, 161. Turner, 205. Yoshida, 260. Really? 5 regulars hitting under 215? No, thank you. Major League Baseball. NBA, nothing but action. The playoffs have arrived. Nice winners yesterday. We dropped that. Look at that. It was 950. Now 3-0 brings us to 650. I said, playoffs come, we'll make a little bit of money. Bulls under the 214.5. This may have moved again. We posted this yesterday. Thunder under 228. A nice discussion with Ross and Jesse. We talked about, overnight lines, NFL, look headline show, stuff like that. What are you waiting for? If you like the game on Tuesday and it's being played Thursday or Monday to Wednesday, don't let other people get in your head. Screw you up. Don't do it. Prop time. It is proppy. Player props here. So, again, nice. We are 82 and 123 plus $1,435. All kind of plus money kind of things here, right? We try not to really get low. Although we'll see Chapman down there really as low as I go 115, maybe 120. Again, I didn't even use I think Judge was a 110 today. Anyway, Houston, we'll go Tucker plus the 140 Ribby. Jeremy Pena, who I like a lot, plus 145. Tucker's my guy, though. Mets, there was no Pete Alonso. So I'll grab a Kana plus 195 here. And a Bogey plus 165 for the Padres. Yanks, I'll grab a couple guys here. Rizzo, Stanton, Cordero, 150, 145, and a little Cordero plus 180. The guy's hitting right now. I'll take a shot at 180. This is what, 3, 4, 5 on the lineup here. I think the Yanks score a few runs. Why not? And Cleveland side of things, again, Ramirez, who's an MVP guy. I've said this since we've done midday money for 2 years. We like him plus 160. And Jimenez plus $2. I'll grab it. The Jays, Vladdy, again, we had a bunch of Jays props yesterday. Did they all hit yesterday? Who do we have? Kirk plus 210 winner, Kiermaier 210 winner, Varsho was a loser 150, Chapman 135 winner, and the Vladdy 135 loser. I'll come back with Vladdy at 130. Chapman down to a 115. It happens. Whit Merrifield, a 150. Yeah, let's go. And Kirk again, plus 190. I think we go undefeated again. Who am I kidding? We'll be 3 and 5 or whatever. How many games we got here? 2, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We got 13, 14 games. So I don't care. We'll have 5 wins. We'll make money because, hello, plus money madness. It's what we do. It is what we do. It is what I do at least. Bill's in the house. What's up, Sean? Astros look easy. That means stay away. Alvarez and Perez are out, but Hill still stinks. So no, Jeremy Payne is batting. I looked at Roto Grinders had him as batting, I think 5th today or 6th in the lineup. Double check that. I thought he was in the lineup. That's what I saw. Now I'm on MLB.com. I'm seeing if they have a lineup listed here. But I believe Jeremy Pena, who we like. Yeah, Pena is batting 6th with his robust 212 average. But he's got a little pop. I think, listen, Tucker is going to get on base. Abreu gets on base. And Yordi, although not playing. That's why this team is struggling a bit, but they still find ways to win. And it's the Pirates. I will go run line with the Stros. What am I going to do? I'm already locked in. So let's get it done. Get a shirt from this handsome man. Why wouldn't you want a llama shirt? Kevin Cook's in the house. Good morning, my friend. Good to see you. Eric is here as well. White Sox money line. Like Boston, but not jumping. How do you like Boston with Chris Sale? Why do you like Chris Sale? We had the Orioles over him opening day, and he goes 3 innings, gives up 7 runs on 7 hits. Then he goes into Detroit, gives up 3 runs on 4 hits in 5 innings. And you're going to say you kind of like Boston today versus a team that's won 11 straight with 8 guys hitting over 300 and a Boston team with 5 regulars and even guys who played 8 out of the 11 games or whatever. I mean, half of your lineup, I mean, we could say 7 of 9 with the exception of Devers. Like everybody's hitting under 215. That's a team you want to jump on. What do you in front of a team that's won 11 straight and they win games 1-0, they win games 11-0. My guy Jeff's here, back at Shreveport. Wish I was at Cozumel, but the Rays every game. You're winning. Hopefully you're taking some money lines there, though. I mean, some run lines, not just money lines. Yes, you're 11-0, but you're laying some juice there. You're laying a little juice there, Jeff. Jeff, when I come out, I might do a little Lake Charles trip to the casino out there. I don't know how far that is from you over there. Otherwise, I'll have to take that 6-hour drive to New Orleans. Captain Bry's in the house. Good morning. Miz is here. Mets under the 9. See, I think we'll see some runs today in this Met game. Snell, I've talked about we talked about Kyle Freeland and a lot of guys who had good seasons and then nothing. So is that like, oh, well, he had a good season a couple years ago? Well, maybe that's like the fluke season. I'm coming to grips that the Snell is he had a rare season. Not buying it. I'll see some runs here. I do like Taylor McGill. I do like him, but no thanks to the under there. Cubbies over. Now, yesterday we had a shootout. We should have known when that total opened up at like 10.5. We're gonna get some runs. Um, is the wind blowing out again here in this game? That's why you like the over. I mean, I'll tell you what. I do like the Cubos. Seattle's dropped 3 in a row. We got the Cubs here in the chat. It's not again. Teams lose 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row. I'll play the streaks. I'll load them up. Dave's in the house. I'm riding Tampa Bay. Still believe they're staying hot. Yeah. And you're laying a short number. Like I'm like, you know what? Should I lay 140 with Taj, or I'll do a run line? If we lose run line, fine. If they end up losing and the youngster gets shelled, fine. It's even money. Even money to me is like making money in baseball. Richie P's in the house, hitting the like button. Richie. I got another retro wax. I'll throw out retro wax. I know we're on the YouTube here. I got 2 boxes now for my 80s packs. I'll have to do that probably when I get back from Jers. Maybe I'll do a video next week, some cards, because now that I got I'm starting to get some more views back on the Sean Higgs page. T Money's in the house, my guy. Welcome, my friend. You know I'm gonna be on those Bulls of the NBA line. Speaking of the NBA, nothing but action. NBA, it's Timmy time for some NBA. Again, I got the unders here. Well, I don't have them right here. They're here. Hello, under Bulls and under Thunder. What are your thoughts? And let's Lakers money line never in doubt last night, I guess. I mean, but
went to overtime.
Yeah,
Under's still hitting that game.
Yeah, I still had the under. I had the Wolves. I was happy about Miami. You called it. Like, you can't bet Miami. Take Atlanta on the money line. I was like, just saying under there. Miami's a team that could turn on and win a game, but are they going to win by 5 or 6? I didn't think so. And I believe I was talking to my guy T Money. I'm like, it's time to break up Miami over Twitter. I said, what are they doing now? And I think it's time to say, you know what? Take the whole entire regular season off and try to turn it on does not work, especially against a team that has a coach looking to find a job, and you got a guy like Trae Young who has his moments, and guys are hungry. Hey, we didn't think we'd be here. All right, you're gonna play stupid. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. And I think we're gonna say the same thing about Toronto after tonight. Hey, they should blow it up. I'm on both dogs. Again. I was on both dogs last night. They both cashed. I'm on both dogs tonight, Chicago and Oklahoma City. I think
worst you go 1-1.
Yeah. Because I think Oklahoma City, I think both teams can win outright. In all honesty, I think both teams, and whoever wins from that Eastern Conference game between the Bulls and the Raptors, I'm going to take against the Heat. I don't like the Heat, but especially at home. But anyways,
The OKC one worries me a bit is because, the other guys come in a little hot. They've won 9 of 12. It's not like they a lot of teams kind of like just play out the stretch and they're 500. You see a lot of like 6 and 4s or 5 and 5s down the way.
Yeah.
And you don't know if now that it's the Thunder have totally overachieved, right? They overwon by 20 wins. Youngest team in the league. They got their young guy averages 30, so he can keep it close. You got a guy who scores 30 a game. He could.
Yeah, I'm not expecting them to win, but 5.5 points in a playing game, I think it's too many.
You got a defensive first team in the other guys here.
Pelicans.
Right. Yeah, I was gonna call Memphis because I got the Lakers on my mind because they got Memphis coming up.
Memphis in 5 or 6. Anyways.
Yeah. So the Pelicans play defense. I think they're number 2 in steals. So
yeah.
Again, versus a young team, maybe. I don't know. Again, give me the under. I think the unders are the way to go here in the play-ins.
I think it's safe to do that. I know Nick took the over 212.5 in that Chicago game. He felt like it went down too far.
It's open at 217.
Yeah, it's all the way down to 212.5. Funny thing is, I could see that game finishing 108-90. Like I could see it just dropping. But I like both dogs. I like both dogs in those games.
Yeah, no, I don't not like the dogs. I'm going to stick with the unders here in the video. Yes, I did cash with, I say real money because it was on the sites and it was a real play with the Wolves. But today
I like the Wolves.
I didn't play them. I mean, again, coming to the weekend, Saturday we got some nice matchups. I'm probably going to be on Brooklyn and the points.
Probably.
Just because, they're going to be getting almost double digits on the road here, and if it's a bad game, it'll get bet up the next time, so I'll get them maybe at a 10 if they get really swamped here by Brook. Everybody's going to bet the Sixers and lines come down from 8.5 to 8. So
Yeah, no, I could see that. I will say, let's see, Saturday, real quick, just at first glance. Yeah, I'll probably be on Brooklyn. I'll be on Atlanta for sure. I'm going to take a flyer. Atlanta to win the series versus Boston.
where the shots for nice plus money. Why not take a shot? The Celtics are
660 for that. Yeah,
Don't hate
I'll
it.
grab that. I'll look towards the Cavs minus the points against the Knicks, and I'm all over the Kings. I'll be all over the Kings the entire playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, talk about zero respect, and that's a team again. I just
No
talked
respect,
about
none at all.
New Orleans coming in kind of hot. Here come the Kings 5-5, limping in, and Golden State's 1-8-10 or whatever. It's like, hey, here we go.
Yeah. The Golden State Warriors are 8-2 their last 10 because they had to play.
Yeah.
The Kings are 5-5 because they did not.
Yeah.
And
that's just the perception. You got a lot of teams that kind of like just. It's not back their way in, but it's kind of like it's the end of the season. Guys sitting, this and that. Some teams want to play, some don't. That's why we say no betting allowed that last week of season. And how about hockey yesterday? How about a minus $5 favorite there in hockey losing?
Yeah, I mean the Penguins. There you go. And that killed their playoff shots. Islanders get in with a point tonight. So the Islanders can clinch a playoff spot with an overtime loss today.
And again, you have crazy lines today. 365 Islanders. Like,
I'm not betting any of that.
Calgary 250.
I have some ideas for the playoffs. I will be taking the Leafs over the Lightning.
Yeah.
I personally
that was a game yesterday you talked about. Like, why not just take the lead? You think Tampa Bay should be you can't lay the number with them when they're facing each other.
Correct.
If you took them puck line, at least you didn't lose money as opposed to laying 140, whatever they were. But here we go. Take the dog. Like, who's did the under cash? Because that would have been more on the under there, I think.
I don't remember. I didn't really look at the game.
Yeah,
I know
I'm not looking at hockey.
The Leafs had a bunch of guys sit out yesterday. So,
yeah. So T Money says he's loving the Bulls. We don't hate it. Richie P says homer last night in the 10th to cover the run line. Is that how they covered the run line there with Texas? Yeah, never in doubt. I had marked that as a loss. I put a question mark next to Colorado. I thought, all right, maybe I get a win here. They were up 6-2. And I had lost. I had matched Texas as a loss when it was like 4-3. I'm like, oh, there we go. And I had to flip them. I'll take it. I'm guessing none of you guys saw the Manchester game yesterday. You had the Manchester. You put it in the chat here, Jesse. 3-0 Jesse Shule. This guy every day is like a 3-0 day, 3-1 day. T-Money. Those unders will cash with refs on them tackle each other. Let's get unders, baby. Let's go. 3-0 for the good guys. We'll take it, Jesse. I just said. You had the baseball, soccer, and NBA. We had an NBA one too, I thought, right? What do you think of the Reds 220? They're against a right. The Reds are plus 220 right now? Don't tell me that. They're that high, Hunter Green against Strider? I wouldn't hate taking him. He beat them last year. He's a guy who could come in and just mow people down. The problem is he's facing another guy who could easily throw a no-hitter through 7 innings. But is it worth it for me at plus 220? I think it's worth a shot, Maurice. Did I bet it? No.
I know you normally don't recommend it. You can get Reds plus a 1.5 at plus 125.
There you go. I'm getting a 1.5 in a game that could easily be 3-2.
The Braves are 0-6 on the run line at home this year.
All right.
And that includes they won the last 2 games, both by 1 run. So even though the Braves are winning these games, they do not look good doing it.
Yeah, I had them run line here in the chat yesterday. I had the Braves a couple times. That was more we had them against the Nats, I guess. They played the Nats.
The Nats for opening weekend, yeah. And they should have beat the AAA Nationals.
Yeah. But that's right, in a spot, as good as the lineup is, and we were on that Braves offense right out of the gate. We were having Harris and Denard, Riley. You see, I haven't really played them that much because, again, I kind of like the red staff. Ashcraft, Lodallo, Green, nice young players. 220, worth a shot. As Tim just said, that plus 125, it's plus 125. I'm not going to say no to that. I take that before the 220. At least, hey, they lose by a run. You're cashing. Moneyline Markel's in the house. Locking in with the King is in here, as always. Good to see him. Jesse, that's one of my favorite teams when I see good value on Manchester City on the pitch. He says, Kev, I got Real Madrid today. Chelsea's a mess. Real Madrid. It's not Real Madrid, right? It's Real. He's going to hate me for turning the chat into a soccer snooze fest. Hey, listen. If the games win, I don't mind. I say it's not even a snooze fest. I don't even say that. It's for me. I don't know it. I don't want to say, hey, let's take, what I mean, I remember the New York Cosmos when I was a kid with like Pele was on the Cosmos. Like said, that's watching him play in victory. There we go. Here comes the I'm always gonna bring up some kind of 80s movie. Victory. It's an 80s soccer movie. US, it's actually the Allied forces are prisoners against the Germans, and it's Sylvester Stallone's in it. He's the guy who doesn't know how to play goalie, and a bunch of real soccer players. Pele's in it. Michael Caine, of course, is in it. Michael Caine's in every movie. Excellent. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know. I could do the little song from Victory. I remember watching on HBO. Anywho, talk about a snooze fest. I just got it. Kevin says, just sure, good luck with the plays. Tooch is in the house. Mr. Chalk is in. Tooch. I had heard you're liking the faves from our guy Anthony. Good to see you, dude. I was telling him, Tooch, I said, for football this year, if we're going to do the show again, follow Tooch. He's on Twitter. He's got YouTube. Last year we did some football, and I said to him, I said, just you have to do it all the time. Who cares? If it starts out with a couple of viewers, my show started a couple of viewers. It doesn't matter. Just do it all the time, Tooch. People will watch. They know it's there. They'll come. Well, I was telling Anthony, I said, if you got to start with, I said, keep the Bears and Northwestern talk because it's the Chicago room. That'll be like the last couple minutes of the show. You gotta lure them in. Say stick around for the homer picks. Next says Mariners, Brew Crew, Padres, money line. So Seattle, you like taking a team that's dropped 3 in a row? Definitely not interested in that. The Brewers, I did like when I thought Woodruff was on the hill, and we did have Burnsy yesterday and the P&P video. Today we got Junk on the hill. Now I got a bad under for myself, but now it's a 9.5 for the public here. I still like the under here. Padres money line. I don't hate it. On the same token, I'm not loving Snell right now either. So give me a little med action here with McGill. He's a little better. Yes, retro cards, baby. The old retro channel. 0-2 night yesterday. Look at a bounce back day. 17-19 a year. You're going to have a bad night every once in a while. And 0-2 for you, I'm sure it's not a crusher, King D, because I know you're not a guy who's probably going to be laying like monster fade. So it happens. It happens. 17-9 is still a good season. I'm on the Higgs channel. There you go. The old school Higgs channel. Check, I got videos on there. I think they go back to like 2014, I believe. Some of the videos with Pete Loshak, I believe, might be some on there. Gasper Cordo win is still plus $1 on DK. What is that about, J Miz? I do not like that because Toronto should win this game. I don't like Eddie Rodriguez. Nice big comeback win. Plus $1. What are they saying? It's going to be he's going to get down early, or it's going to be tied late. He's out in the 7th inning, tied 4-4 or something. Yeah, because that's the way I see that. I don't see Rodriguez pitching some kind of gem, and it's a 2-1 Tigers in the 5th. Bill McDonald, 214 is low for an NBA total. Bulls plus points. Sounds good, though. Yeah. I agree. 214 is a totally low number. And I don't disagree with what Tim said about Nick. Like, now it's kind of gone away from me. Now it's from a 217 down to a 212. 214 yesterday, 214 and a half. All right, 212 again. That's a 5-point move. That's a tough one to get behind right now. Michael, great. 7-0. 7-0 day yesterday, Mike. Yeesh. When you starting your channel going 7-0. Making Vegas Dave look bad. 7-0. T-Wolf game went to overtime. Really thought Joe got blown. I did too. I was ready to come in here. I saw it was like, what was it, like 71-50 at one point? The Wolves were up. And I was ready to come in here laughing like, yeah, here come the Lakers. Because listen, I'm not a Laker guy. But I said yesterday, yeah, Lakers money line. Why? They definitely want LeBron and the Lakers in the playoffs more than they want Minnesota in there. But yeah, I saw overtime. I was like, what the heck's going on here? I didn't think I was going to cover at 8.5. Team Money, absolutely, the Heat are done with each other. Body language said on. They paid Bam all that money. He hasn't even come close to producing like he did his rookie year. He's soft. Well, some guys, they get the cash and they mail it in. The team should, I think, uh, looking at the whole of the East, make some moves. Make some moves. Trade a couple guys. Get Luka. Trade everybody for Luka. Sign Kyrie. How about Kyrie in South Beach? He could look. He go down the Keys and look right off the flat Earth out there to see the little water going right over the edge of the Earth. T-Money, Pelicans win 119-111 tonight. Oh boy, I don't like that score. That hurts my total. That's not good for my total. Miz, first 5, Mets under the 5. See, what concerns me there is that Snell, because that guy can come out and maybe he pitches a gem. Maybe he goes up 5-3 plus. No, thank you. Cubs under. I don't hate. Now, someone had the over here at 11. Is that what the total was? 11? I didn't think it was that high because I think we have 2 decent pitchers on the hill. That being said, the total is 11. The wind must be blowing out. 13 now?
The Cubbies game? 13. Oh, no, sorry, 11. Sorry, it's the St. Louis game that's 13. My bad.
St. Louis is 13.
Yeah. Sorry, Cubbies is up to 11. That's still high.
That is. I mean, yesterday, but you saw yesterday. I mean, the ball was ridiculous.
And yeah, that's what everybody sees. What was the last game that was? 14-9. By the way, Cubbies
that line
never in doubt. Anyway,
that line also went from, that line moved.
Yeah, this one's moved up a half a run from 10.5 to 11.
Well, I guess so. Yeah, but that's probably because of the win from yesterday. Like yesterday, that line yesterday was like a 9 opener and it went up because of here comes the wind.
Yeah.
So that's a tough one because you got 2 pitchers who are, I'm going to say good to decent, decent to good. I mean, Logan Gilbert, I think, is a very good pitcher. Stroman, we can make fun of him. The guy is solid. That one I don't know about. Colorado over 7, first 5. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about doing some ribby props in that one. There was really nothing good value there. I mean, and the value was on guys that, I shouldn't say the value. The big plus money I would have been looking to get, like my 130s, 140 ranges like I have out here. They were guys I didn't want to throw it out on. Michael, Bulls +6, first quarter +2. First quarter play is my favorite. They played Raptors 3 times this season. We're 1-2, but covered +2 in all 3 games, +2. Best road first quarter ATS team in the NBA. Well, the problem is that it looks like they don't know how to finish games. So I like them +6 myself. I like the under. What can I say about the first quarter? You hit it on the head. I agree with Nick on that one. I think the Bulls total is low. I feel like this game, everyone thinks they're going there. I stayed away. Yeah, at this point now, it's not worth playing it. Toronto Raptors today says David. And the Raptor team is, we talked about this yesterday with Jess. I was like, it's a team that they thought they were going to trade Van Fleet and a bunch of guys, and then they end up sticking around for a little encore, I guess. I don't know what's going on there. And in Chicago, it's, I can't come up with a side on that one. Not today. Jetty's our goal forward. Playing games to me, Robert, Atlanta healthy or a little dangerous if Bogdan would start hitting. Yeah, I think that could be a little dangerous club. I mean, Boston is good, right? You look on paper like, oh, these guys are really good, but that doesn't mean you win games. It sure doesn't mean you cover them. Higgs are sitting at 7-2 KBO. Oh my goodness, Korea baseball hit that Boston the over in hockey yesterday. Boston got it done for you there, huh? The Brew Crew 5-2 winner. But you had to be a little worried late there. It was 2-1 going into the third, Miz. But again, I'm not. It would have been a puck line for me at a 330 plus. J-Con, he loves the Pellies. He's pretty good. You put his picks in here, he does pretty well. I sort of like the Pelicans myself in that spot, believe it or not. I just think the defense could be the difference maker versus a young team, a team that totally overachieved. And they lost some games down the stretch. Maybe we're thinking, what the heck are we doing? We're going to make the playoffs? Playoffs? I would lean on Pellies myself, although I want the under first. Michael, baseball mono Reds plus 1.5 at a plus 110. All right, still plus money on the run line. Someone had a 125. I guess that was the bet online number there. 100 Green Reds are covered versus run line. 7 straight games. Yeah. The Reds pitching is not that terrible. It's the hitting I'm concerned about. I need more hitters. Nathan, good morning. Higgs just watched Balling Out. Earl Sports. Follow the ESP network. Do. Stroh's Pirates over with Rich Hill. You know what? The Stros have not been hitting, right? The offense is not there, but the over's there because the pitching has not been great. Their pitching has been bad, even the bullpen. So again, it's a 9.5. It's a big number. I don't hate it. And yes, Reynolds is having a great start for Pittsburgh. I do worry about that offense. It's tough taking Pittsburgh overs. I know the pitching's bad. Houston's not hitting. Their pitching hasn't been that good. 9.5 just seems high with a early start time too. Not interested. I mean, I like Houston run line. I'll go to the well with that one again. Reds plus 1.5. Yes, there it is. Mountcastle went off yesterday. Grand Slam close to 500 feet. Yeah, that's a big blast. I mean, and that was a game. I mean, this A's team here. Oh my goodness. David, I'm all over Strider today and the Braves to cover. We just talked about the Braves. They don't cover run lines. And as Michael pointed out, Reds have covered 7 straight run lines in this series. Now, Strider's awesome. Hunter Green's no slouch. I mean, yeah, the guy, he might give up 4 solo home runs today. I'll leave it at that, yes. But he could strike out 10 guys in 3 innings. I mean, the numbers say what they say. They don't win by more than a run. Miz, Oakland started today as a 14 ERA. And again, if you're taking Oakland, now I thought yesterday I'd be an Oakland play. I was like, maybe take Oakland yesterday there. People are betting on. This is definitely a team not to play on. 1-9, 6 straight losses. I grabbed the Baltimore run line myself. I mean, what was it at? Was that like a plus 110? How do you? I say this all the time here. Baseball. 3, 4, 5, 6 wins or losses. You get streaks in baseball. 1-9. 1-9. And I have no idea what it is on the run line because if they're on the road, the home team's laying 180 every game. What are they in run line games? 0-1, 0-2, 1-2. They had a win, so that's 2 wins. So that's 2-2, 2-3, 2-4, 2-5, 2-6, 2-7, 2-8. 2-8 in their last 10. I don't even know what opening day score was. I will run line against Oakland whenever. I mean, you can't bet them. Bill says, Jesse, Real Madrid money line, then Benzema to score on Saturday. I thought that was like Benihana to score a goal. Or maybe Reds first 5 for a minus 110. I would rather take the run line plus 1.5 at a plus 110 or plus 120, whatever you get it. Brio. Oh, that's the llama. Oh, that's the cash cow. Llama. I forgot the llama's up top now. Big llama. The L is here. Man City, says Nathan. Where's Jesse? Is Jesse still in here about soccer? Michael, I took JD Davis plus $6 for a homer today. 175 for a ribby. JD's 5-11 versus Kershaw. 3 homers and 5 ribbies. Yeah. Those are good numbers there. I should have grabbed the plus ribby for a 175. That is a nice one. Excellent, excellent. 9 for 25 on the year, 2 homers, 7 ribbies, going about somewhere between 4 and 6. Worth a shot at plus 175. I didn't look because I see like a pitcher, even with Cobb, not a guy I love, but he's done enough this year where I'm like, you know what? I know it's a start. It might be 2 starts, and it depends who you play and stuff like that. They're still major league hitters, and when I see a guy get off a good start, whether it's versus trash teams or good teams, I would just rather not play it. Although this one here, I'm annoyed I did not even look at J.D. Davis's numbers because it was just I see Kershaw, and the Giants do hit Kershaw a bit. I just figured it would be an under kind of game. I didn't want to really jump onto it, but that one is a nice 175er. Wish I found that one myself. I'm going to definitely bet that myself, though, now. Real Madrid. Nathan's coming in with a lot of soccer. Rob's in the house. Tony seems to be playing well lately, whereas DeMar and Zach don't seem to even like or back each other. If you believe what you hear, read, which I don't necessarily. OG and newbie over over threes in this one. What is it though? I mean, is it 2.5 and you're laying 150? I don't know what the totals are there. And Toronto is a team. I don't know. You mentioned the Bulls as well. It's give me the under. Maybe it's just I'm hoping for a cluster and stay under. Toots 10 straight winning days. Excellent. Grind them out, baby. You got to take them because it's going to be the losing days are going to come. I mean, they do come. Whenever Ohtani pitches, Angels don't score much. 2-2-1 runs. Yeah, it's because he's not in the lineup. And I'm telling you now, this Angel team, you better think about dealing this cat. What are you doing keeping him? What are they doing keeping him? Why? You're going to pay this guy $500 million. Where are they at here? 6-5. Houston, Seattle, and even the Rangers are showing life. Why are you paying this guy? Break it up already. The guy was going to sell the team. If I'm the Giants, Michael's here. Michael B, where are you? Keep this guy on the West Coast. Trade him. Get to something. Javantis -125. Come on, Nathan, coming in here. I don't even know what we're talking about here. Starting back up full. Good. And I was telling Ann, I said, whether you do it on like a Friday, it'll be like the Football Friday show in the morning or in the afternoon. Start it with college, couple games. Always have the Northwestern in there for the Chicago folks, right? That'll be like the final game because you don't want them to just listen to Bears Chicago and then roll out. They're going to come for the picks. They come to free picks. A lot of people don't like to buy. We understand that. Give them a couple free picks. We'll have a couple games. Boom, boom, boom. NFL, same thing. 1 o'clock game, 4 o'clock game, maybe the night game or whatever. It's got to be all the time, though. And you're consistent, they show up. Like, I feel bad. Like, I'm going to roll out of here today. I'm not going to be back here for a week. And that definitely affects the viewership because people will be like, oh, we're not here. What happened? Take the great. Higgs, you usually have to track your bets. Can you say which one? No, I don't have to track my bets. My bets are posted on the sites. They keep track. And for me personally, I just have my notebooks and everything I use. I don't use. I know what you're like. What is that? Is that I think people use what BetStamp? I don't use any of that crap. That's I don't do that. Tate, you go to Sports Cap and picks and parlays, winning free picks. Picks are always they're listed. I don't know those sites. I can't come in and switch things. That's why I say the picks and parlays numbers are a little different than Sports Cap because sometimes you load up and it's a double ad, and I got 2 of the same games posted, or I put on the Orioles run line instead of Yankees run line when I had the Yankees on the other side. It was in the write up said Yankees, but the picture there you could see. Load them up. Hey, Higgs, your NBA, you're losers for the last 5 years total. Yeah, it is a loser. I don't hide from my records. Are all posted. I read them off to you. But, yeah, I don't use those kind of things on Twitter. I see that kind of stuff. I'm not, I don't know. I don't got to do that. Jesse Toots, if you build it, they'll come. Yes. Right? Jess knows he just started redoing his YouTube channel. Seattle money on Gilbert's pitching. Dave, he's good. Yes, Seattle's not hitting. They're not hitting, and their bullpen's bad. I can't. If you're going to start betting on teams that have losing like 3, 4, 5 in a row, did you take Kansas City today? I mean, did you take Detroit or the A's? Stay away from teams on losing streaks. Baseball, teams lose 3, 4, 5 in a row, just like they win 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row. Streaks. That was one of the first things some old timer told me. He's like, play the streaks in baseball. Gets to 3 games, play it. Play. Now, I got to switch that around a little bit because I don't want to lay, a team like the Yankees or Padres or Mets, whoever, insert big team that is on forget about a win streak. Just in general, they're going to be 2-1 faves. So it gets tricky. For me, at least. I don't like to do money lines. Nathan had a nice T-teamer yesterday. $1 for $2.65. Take the 2-1 payout. Tooch says, thanks, Jesse. Yeah, man. Tooch, just play it. Don't worry about who's watching. Just do it all the time. That's all you can do. Kev Cook, Ant-Man is a Clutch Sports client, so we had a bad game. Who's that? Who's the Ant-Man? Who's that? Antonio Davis? Nathan, the Dodgers. Yeah, Dodgers 5-0 lose yesterday. I look for them to bounce back today, though. I think bullpens implode in late innings for Cub games. Possible. Bullpens are always a question mark for teams. But as we see with the trade deadline, some dude's always having some kind of breakout year. Every team has some guy come out of nowhere, has a great bullpen. Today, though, I got 2 solid pitchers in the Cubs game. Looks like the wind's blowing out with the total. And I got one team who can't hit in Seattle. They've been struggling. I'm not looking to bet on a team that's lost 3 in a row. Don't bet on losing teams. When the winds are at Wrigley, it don't matter who's pitching for a long time. Yeah, I know. That's it, Rob. I mean, you see that total moved yesterday. I was like, ooh, boy. Mrs. Cobb gets rocked today. Quite possibly. And I've said this before, I'm not a lover of the Dodger lineup this year. Okay, it's Betts, it's Freeman, but a lot of other young guys in there. And Cobb's he's got 12 Ks out the gate. He's pitched decent. The Dodgers, to me, it's not a vintage kind of Dodger lineup. I know they put up runs, but off a shutout, I'm leaning. I'm with you here, I guess, because I kind of like the not kind of, I like the Dodgers run line. Randy Rose, NBA both games under. Yes, baseball. Toronto run line. Only way to bet the Jays today is on the run line there versus what's that? 5 straight loss for Detroit. Baltimore, same thing. You don't want to take Oakland, drop 6 in a row. You can still get plus money on that. And the Stros. Off a loss, I get it. It's just Rich Hill I do not want to play on. He's a guy I'm not backing. I don't care where it's at. I don't like to play in tournaments, but it's business since this loss during the pandemic. I know. It's a joke playing games. Freaking don't get me started. Rob says, like the idea Shea Brandon going to both go off tonight. What are the so what are you looking to do? Points, rebounds, assists? What do we got here going on? Agreed, Miss. Cobb's getting pounded tonight. Nobody's loving the Cobb. They think there'll be some corn on the Cobb today. I don't mind. I got Dodgers run line, so sure. Have you heard from Allie B, or is it bad to mention? Allie Burns? No, she's on the you can find her. I talked to her before. I mean, not recently, you know. We talked I guess about a week ago. I don't know. I know I'm on a P&P channel. I don't want to bring up other channels, but T-Money. I see a lot of soccer love, but the lines of soccer do pay, so I get it. A's will be a cash cow or fade city this year, almost like fading the Heat this past year was. They're already down a little bit to start the year. When you start 1-9, granted, they had to win as a dog, but I don't know. I'm not looking to take Oakland. I said yesterday, I said, oh, maybe Oakland in this spot. And I didn't have them one bit anywhere. Even today, I'm looking at it like, what are you doing here? It's got to be a Baltimore play here, plus money. Miz, mark my in caps. All right, Miz, it's official now. The pen is out. Were you just waiting for me to lift up the pen? Miz, mark my words, Cobb rocked. So I got to look at this when I get up tomorrow before I go to the airport to see how this is. Are you on Twitter, Miz? Or I'll just have to come in on the comment section and be like, Miz, what happened? The good old days, Hicks, when you could ride streaks to fade your neighbor. Listen, I like the streaks in baseball. Now, betting them blindly, it's tough to do again because, well, here come the, whoever, and they've won 5-6 in a row, and they're laying 260. I'm not laying 260. I'm not money lining, because if a team gets into a streak, chances are it might have had a run line before that or whatever. So it's tough to just ride streaks, right? I say, you've heard it. Streaks, trends, they're nice. They don't. Trends are great. Oh, there's a 19-2 run. All right. Are you 19-2? Oh, no, I haven't played it yet. Well, it's 19-3. You're 0-1. You're down a ton. 19-3 is still a nice number, but you're down. So as much as I do like my streaks, and you hear me say it, I can't come in and bet a team that's lost 5 in a row. I'm not doing it. I don't care who they are. It's got to be something really good. I shouldn't say I'm not going to do that. It has to be a really good play. I said this today with Jesse. I think the Tampa wins today. Right? Sale hasn't pitched well. Rookie's coming up. Maybe he has good stuff. Doesn't make a difference. They find a way to win 1-0. They find a way to win 11-0. They win here. They got another game tomorrow versus Boston. Say they sweep Boston. Then they're in Toronto on the road. That's a spot where I might fade a 13-0 run. If I'm getting Toronto and it's probably like Barrios or somebody pitching, right? Barrios going to be the 3 or Kikuchi. I don't even know who's going to be pitching for them on Friday. But if that line is a Toronto favored, like Toronto could be favored in that game versus a team that's 13-0. Now, there's a conundrum. What do? Do I fade a 13-0 team as I would have to take Toronto on a run line to justify that. Because that's 105. They won 13 in a row, but they're a dog for a reason. The guys who make the lines are a lot smarter than all of us. So if that lines is a small Toronto fave, I'm taking it run line versus an undefeated team. Still question, folks. Tampa and yet talking Seattle up. I don't know. Listen, we're 2 weeks into the season, Rob. Seattle's pitching's fine. They haven't really getting much hitting yet. So let's they're questioning Tampa because they beat trash teams. I mean, you think Boston's going to win it? What are the odds better? Boston wins 85 or lose 85 for this year? So they've beaten bad teams. Seattle played 6 versus Cleveland, who could very well win the AL Central. We saw them last year. It's a good team. Cubs, not a bad team. I think I got the Cubs to win this. I got the Cubs over. So, again, a week into the season, 2 weeks into the season, whatever it is, you have to kind of weigh it a little bit. Guys, this guy looks awesome. Where's my freeze? I brought my freezing cold takes book. I bought that. Ever see freezing cold takes? It's fun reading some of these things. You see that kind of stuff now. Oh my goodness, this guy's going to have a breakout season. Look, he's awesome. Folks, you played 11 games. And I like Tampa. I think Tampa's a good team. But I'm not totally down on Seattle yet as well. Cubs saw pitcher and Giants either smash Kershaw or get shut down by him. Giants have not been hitting lefties this year. Stayed away. Not the same Dodger team. Definitely not the same Dodger team. At all. Rob, Sean, do you bet soccer? No. Seems like you find many nice odds. I've actually had some decent. Don't bet soccer. I don't pretend to know soccer. I wouldn't even know what to bet in soccer. I don't. No, thank you. Sports betting is definitely the new get-rich-quick scheme. More women get involved. Prop up the girls and say they're like a huge fave. Crazy times we live in. Yeah, definitely get-rich-quick. A lot of people. And that's why you see it on Twitter, a lot of channels like again, my show is different. I come in, tell you the picks I like, go over your picks, their picks, who's ever picks. I'm not coming in and being like, not educating people. There's other shows tell you how to bet. I say what I like and we roll. It's that simple. But yeah, it's not get rich quick. We joke. I do look at lines. People don't have money to bet a week out. I can't bet. How'd you get that number? Well, we talked about it. Well, I can't bet. You can't bet ahead of time. Don't bet. Build a bankroll first. Start building a bankroll, people. Nobody wants to do that. It is absolutely get rich quick. Look at this big parlay. No doubt, as many as I can. I'm trying. Cubs 0-1, 2.53 ERA, 12 Ks in 10 innings. No, he's solid. The thing is, I mean, the guy was good. He got hurt. He rebounded. It's not bad. He's not bad. Definitely not 2016 Kershaw. But that Giant lineup, do you like the Giant lineup? I like the Giant lineup. And somehow the Dodgers still score runs. And I got them as an under team for the year and as an under offense, too, honestly. Yeah, Bill. Yeah, he's out. Duvall's out, Bill. The team is not good. I mean, Justin Turner, nice free agent signing, 205. The Japanese guys hitting 216. Cassis, the rookie. You got rid of Dahlback. Oh, Dahlback can't play. Let's put Cassis in there. He's hitting 160. Hernandez, your shortstop's hitting a .83. Reef Schneider, 158. Wong, 120. Sale gave up 4 runs to the Tigers. And if the Tigers are bad, if we're going to make fun of Tampa for beating the Tigers, you gave them 4 runs to the Tigers. You got 8 guys hitting 300. Give me a team that's hitting. Detroit, Oakland watched their first 9 games for Tampa Bay. No big deal. Yeah, and they took care of business like a good team should, though, Miz. If you're a good team, beat bad teams. Each of these teams, let's be honest, picked for last in the division. Maybe Detroit was second last with KC there. But they were all picked to be bad. You should be 9-0. 8-1, but fine. They're just undefeated. Take care. That is what a team should do. We talk about this in NFL or college football or college basketball. Well, who they play? Well, they play who's in front of them. They beat the teams they're supposed to beat. It's like a non-conference schedule in college hoops. Beat them. You're supposed to. I came across a guy who came in because he maxed out on parlays. We can't hit those parlays. Vegas got boys out here like zombie. The parlay crew. Vegas makes all their money off parlays. And we used to have cats come in here, always parlay guys. And I'm not going to bring up names of old cats who used to pop in. Maybe they're watching. I don't even know. We had big parlay guys in here. They just don't pop in as much? Are they just counting their money? Did they get buried on the parlays? Yeah, you hit a parlay, it's nice. But your mindset will change. Your $10 or $20 or $100 parlay is going to multiply because all of a sudden you got more bankroll off of a big win, and then you're broke. Oh, I got 5 parlays. I can't believe I lost every single one of them. Oh, I'm shocked you go 4-1 in every parlay. Who would have thought? Still talented team and mindset keep on winning. Yes. No, I totally agree with that. You win. It's right. Momentum. What? The next day pitcher that carries over. Detroit Lenny's in the house. Good afternoon, Dave. How are you? Like the Cubbies and Yanks? Bulls plus the point. Bulls, we like the Bulls. Yanks, I don't hate the Yanks. I almost bet the Yanks. I thought about maybe doing a run line with the Yankees. It's fit, but as a Yankee fan, I've seen them face like nobody's like, oh, who's this guy coming in to pitch? And then this guy comes in and throws a gem. Yanks are 3 hits in 7 innings. So it's a no play. And the Cubs, I got to like the Cubs because I'm not betting on the team that is losing. Detroit Landing got $12. I need a 10-team parlay lock. Oh, my goodness. Here you go. You need $20. You take Toronto, Texas, Cubs, and Baltimore. Fade all the teams that are losing. Nice interactive layback show. That's how we roll here, Rob. I know other guys are going to have shows where it's going to be like, well, we're going to look at this kind of stuff. My show's pretty all over the place. It's not concentrated on, I do RBI props. It's not. Can we do strikeout props? The way strikeouts are, I don't think we can find good plus money on it. I try to find something that's different than everybody else. You could find guys. Oh, we got strikeout prop here. He's minus 135, 140. It'll hit. Yes, it's like me coming in here and putting out a bunch of 230 faves on a day in all sports or 9-point NBA. I can't do that. I don't do that in my life. I'm not gonna come in here and say that's the way you should be trying to make money because you're not gonna make money long term doing that. Miz, think racing for O's might be a bust. After one start, he's a bust. Michael, Tampa Bay may be the best run franchise of baseball. Exactly. Great farm system. Always seem to do a mix despite having one of those payrolls. It's crazy. They find good pitchers, hard throwers. They got some bats. It's a good team. Lock it with the king. I don't know. I'm not knocking other people. I just came up different in the ranks of sports betting. Now everyone's an expert. Well, yeah. Please, King D. You got to tell me. I've been on sites longer than some people have been born that come in and want to talk about sports betting. I get it. I'm looked at like as a wacko. There's a lot more people who have more quote unquote like influence than me based on what are they doing? Come on. I come in and tell you I'm not going to win 90%. That's a lie. I want to win 54, 55, 56% of the time. and a newbie thinks that's crap. I could do better. Yeah, you could do better. All right. Knock yourself out, bro. They just don't know. They know because they're not doing it full time. They know King D. Don't get me started. That's a whole nother. What am I going to do about that? And I'm sure there's a lot of people like me who are just kind of like under the radar. Other people know about them, and I know about me, or me and not them. We're out there. Rob, Red Sox team isn't all that we've been used to. Fade. It's definitely a fade team. The lineup is terrible. Seager's going on the IL. Which Seager? Corey Seager? Kyle Seager? Bob Seager? The Ranger Seager's going on IL? Is that what we're talking about here?
Yes, Ranger Seager IL.
I'm just pulling up the thing. I don't see anything yet on it. What happened to him?
I think it was a leg injury. So.
Oh, yeah. He only had 2 at-bats yesterday, so I guess he got hurt. Well, he was off to a nice start, batting .360. Well, that hurts. Man, the guy DM'd and said he's cashing in change to get back. People, and I said this before, King D. The apps and live betting and phone just reloading off your credit card, it's going to bury people because they have zero discipline. You've seen it. You've been here for 2 years watching. Oh, I can't bet Sunday night for NFL next week. How am I going to bet tomorrow? All right, don't be betting. How's that? But it is what it is. People are. It's so easy. Just take the favorite. Tell Lenny to watch Chris King. There you go. Yes, the Parlay King. Chris King was hitting parlays like nobody's business. And he hits a big one. Listen, you hit a big one like that once a month. I mean, it was paying thousands. I mean, but he's a guy, if you're disciplined and you're not saying, wow, my $25 bet I turned into, I hit a fluke one for $9,000. If you could keep $25 bets, wonderful. But you know what? 98% of the people, maybe more, are going to flip that quarter and start playing $200 a bet or $150 a parlay. $150. Look at this. I got $37,000. Yeah. See how fast that goes. Rob, now watch us do San Diego goes on the road to lose 7 of 8. I'm looking to, they got Toronto. I know they kind of play them tough coming up. I'm interested to see the lines in that game. No, 2 starts plus spring training. Oh, yeah, 2 starts this year? That's right. It would have been his second start. So I'm not chalking that up to a bust. Come on. I hate laying negative odds on sides. I'm sure so we're not do something like a player prop. Yeah, you see my player props. They're all plus. Now, last year we were great for the first 3 or 4 months, and then we fell off the rails and had a losing player prop. But I wasn't changing. I wasn't coming in and taking minus guys. It's just it is what it is. And the record comes. It says, hey, this is how we're doing. We're not doing good. Decide. Right now, they're winning. King D's laughing. It's the truth for him. Our Tampa Bay's payroll is like $84 million compared to Yankees and Dodgers. Yeah, it's like a $77 million payroll. That's been like that for the last 5 or 6 years. In my out of the park baseball, they traded for Ohtani. Then of course, they tried to get rid of him when he was up for, his contract. Against the wind, Bob Seager. Yeah, like the little Bob Seager comment there. KD, it's funny because when one started like that, sets the money on say how far I've come among others. Yeah, listen, it's not easy. It's not. I was saying on the show with Ross yesterday, I said, so my plays, I put my plays out. I come in the day before I bet my games here, night before in baseball. 6-1. I was 6-1 with my baseball, 7-1 with the Timberwolves. Yesterday morning, I'm like going over the games. I'm like, you know what? I came in here. I bet the Yankees under. I'm like, you know what? Let's do the Yankees under. Loser. I added the Dodgers run line. Loser. Added the Astros run line. Loser. So instead of a nice 6-1 day, I ended up going 6-4 in baseball. And again, Somebody who's been 30 years, do I make mistakes? Yes, you're gonna make. If I'm gonna screw up something stupid like that, and how many times have I said that in college basketball, college football, NFL? Oh, I added a play, it lost. Right? I know I've said this. I know I said this multiple. Whenever I kind of add something late, it's a loser. I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing? I make mistakes, and I have the discipline to have a bankroll and manage it. So I'm sure as heck know that other people or newer people are going to screw up. Absolutely, and it'll take them years to build a bankroll. It's not overnight. This it is. How do you bet 17 college basketball games? I do because one, I got a bankroll that I've had for years that I've been building, and at 150, 300, 500, whatever I'm betting them on, I could afford to go 7-25 and not be hurt because I've built a bankroll. Definitely takes this. It does. You have to have it. He gets tired after 4 innings. Hey, he's still young. Again, this is. I know he's a young guy, and he's had the pitch clock. It's just different, and you don't know as a youngster you come in there start overthrowing. I don't. I don't ramp up the bust in baseball after a season or two. Especially nowadays, they bring these guys up at 21, 22, 23, 24. I mean, most back in the day, guys were coming in at 27, 28, right? The prime. Like, oh, he's prime years, 28, 29, prime breakout kind of guy. It's the peak of your youth, of your body for men, right? That's when it is. You're ready to go. You've been training. Again, I can't load up on busts this early. Michael, have a good one. Good to see you. Brandon's in the house. I think Bulls can pull off the upset. I do. I think it's worth a shot at +5. Take the points, although we're on the under. Red Sox probably crushed my dreams today, but taking the Rays run line. Had to take them. I got them myself. Got to take the Rays here. You can't bet Boston. Run line or nothing there on the Rays. Run line or nothing. +152, worth a shot. Everyone makes mistakes. You're not going to get right every night. Exactly. You're not going to get every play right. You're going to lose. But people don't understand that. They think it's, well, this is easy. I mean, you see all this nonsense, right? About right. Social media, that's why I can't. I joke about doing the Higgs thing. I can't go TikTok. I would be out of phones. I mean, I'd have another creative phones in my house because I'd just be smashing and watching these derelicts saying crazy crap. The people follow with zero. Anyway, King D. How about the leans? Once you don't play it all hit. That's the thing. And that's why I say I come in here. The free picks, usually half of them are my premium plays because I just can't give out every premium play. I know people here don't come in and always buy them, but other people do. I know that from just the sites I'm on. But the games that aren't a premium or a game I bet, they're right there for me. That's a game I was going to bet, or I might still possibly bet, even though it's not on the site. But it's not just a game you see. Sometimes there's 3 games, sometimes there's 9. That's the way it is. Let's come in here and put out a pick for poops and giggles. Break of Vegas in the house. Just picking a brain for viewers. What was your strategy when you first started building? When did I switch the whole build your bankroll? I mean, it's more of, you want to make money. I joke, right? You're having fun, you're making money. You always kind of did it, and it was you're nice, you won, but you never kept track. I'm winning. Because, yeah, all right. You just have to, a strategy behind it is, I want to do it full time. I thought I could do it, right? Everybody thinks they could win games. How hard could it be? Just pick winners. I mean, come on. I'm in New York. I'm a Yankee fan. The Yanks win 100 games a year. How hard is it to bet on them? But it is. You have to be able to, and I say this in here. All right, you think you do it? Write down your plays for a week. Just try it for a week. See how you do. So that's where it comes down to. The strategy is, I want to make money, so I'm going to document how I do. It's easy. Now I'm at the point where it's I forget winners and I more think about losers because if I'm betting it, it should win. But as opposed to a strategy, a strategy should be to win, right? But it take a long time to get to that point. That wasn't something I learned in 1994. I was in 2000. I'm what? I got to get, what am I doing here? And once you start put the pen to the paper and start seeing how you're doing, you think you're winning, you're not winning. Write it down. Or in this case, spreadsheet or put it on your phone. I don't know, But yeah, I don't know if it's a strategy. The strategy was I'm going to get serious about it. I'm going to start documenting how I attack games, different sports. Wouldn't bet NBA if you gave me. Yeah. Again, NBA. Regular season NBA for me. Now we're 18 and 21. No, 19 and 21 because we had a winner yesterday. Plus $56. I don't love NBA. I've said this all season, and guys make money on NBA. God bless you. Good for you. I'm not going to knock anybody who make money in NBA. You're making NBA money before tip-off on sides like I do on the sites here. Again, and when I say meaning like I do, I meant if you're at the sites, we don't have in-game and halftime and first halves and first quarters in any sport for that matter. We're strictly side and totals. I can't bet you. You've heard me say this since September. What guys? It's a third game of the season. You got guys sitting down with load management. You want to bet that? No, thank you. That's why I hit 60% in NFL. I'm not worried about NBA. Lenny put some teams on the board. Throw some dollars. Speaking of Lenny, I got to roll out because this show's underway right now. Did you start with a low unit size? Actually, you know what? My unit size bill, it was crazy because I was just a degenerate. I was betting, nickels and dimes all over the place with like zero bankroll. Just so 500 across the board on, 10 college football games, 11 NFL game. I was just all over the place, and you'd split out. And all right, some days you'd win, a couple grand for the week. Be up a couple thousand. Other weeks I'm down a couple thousand. It was just back and forth. There was no rhyme or reason. Like my Monday night football would be like a dime nickel reverse side total, and then put them in reverse and hopefully win $4,000. Most times it was split and I'm losing. So when you start, again, at that point, I wasn't doing it like full time. I was just betting, working. But then you start, you know what? I got to keep track of this stuff for a second. What's going on here? Because I knew what I was making at my job. I'm like, what the Like, no. No, my unit size was ridiculous because it was betting with, fake money, and not fake money, but yeah, credit back in the day. You could run it up. You'd see your guy. All right, next week starts. You're up a little bit. All right, I got this. You not now. That's why I say like back. Here it's people I don't think should be getting crushed because you could limit yourself. It's off your credit card, but people bust out your credit card. My betting is less now than it was because one, it's tougher to get down huge sizable chunks, and I'm happy to. I joke about people say, listen, be happy with a day's pay, right? That's what somebody told me, old timer, back in '95. And I was like, "Would be happy with a day's pay?" I was making $325 a week at my job in '95, '96, whatever it was. And he's like, be happy with a day's pay. I had a couple grand in front of me at a craps table. So be happy with a day's pay. If you're starting, what do you make a day at work? What do you make a week at work? So I took that, and that took me. And again, I was in the mid '90s. That took me into the 2000s to even kind of to really try to get into that mindset. That's not like an overnight kind of thing. And I've been saying that since I've been doing the show. To be happy with a day's pay, people don't want that. That's why you get the parlay crew and get rich quick. So bet size for me back then was, again, usually nickels and dimes and more across the board. Now it's not that much. Now I shouldn't say that. NFL season comes, I start like 3,500, and I'll build that up. By the end of the season, especially when you're having a great year, I'm into the thousands. Across. Again, we're talking. I bet a lot of games, so I can't. And I say this: I'm not putting $5,000 on 14 college basketball games on Saturday. Even at 300, 500 pop, I have a 2 and 8 day at a few $100. I'm down 4,000, 5,000. That's a chunk of people might think that's a lot of money. You start losing 5,000 a day, that adds up in a fast hurry. Because I've been there. I've also, what the hell? I'm down 18 grand in freaking 29 hours. How does that happen? That's what happens when you go 3 and 14. Build it up. Start small. Build it up. Write it down. Be happy with a day's pay. You go to work for 8 hours a day, you get paid X. And then you're going to complain about making on a 3-hour sporting event? Again, people think small. I joke, right? Windshield in front of you, rear view mirror behind you. Same thinking. You go to work every day to get paid whatever you get paid per day. And you're going to try to triple that in a couple hours and then be annoyed that's not enough money for you? That's why people are broke. Oh, the number of notebooks. Rob, when I moved, I got rid of a lot. I had to get rid of. My wife's like, oh, no, 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 no. And again, I'm not transporting paper. I weighs a lot. You move by the weight. I had to get rid of. You talk about paper. Holy cow! Had a nice that shredder. Woof. Were your volume better in the beginning or just slow start? No, I mean, it was different because now the internet was just starting, right? So there were sites to find things on, but it was more a TV better, right? You'd see who's playing on TV, and I'm like, I'm taking some dogs today, right? It was easy. Big Monday on ESPN in the '90s, stuff like that. You could just come in and know where the public are. I knew somebody like Joey's at work. You'd open up the New York Post or Daily News, and they'd have their pick selection from 9 reporters, and all right, the Post and the News. These 17 guys all have, it's 16 people for the Cowboys today, and only 4 have the Eagles. I'm taking Eagles today. Like, it was a stupid betting. Like, that's start going against the public. It was stuff like that. It's it all depended. It all depend really. I mean, looking back, I think I had a lot more bigger bets in like I mean, I had a couple of like 10 dime bets back in the day, like a freaking wacko. Like, I remember we went to buy the house. My wife's like, what? We were missing like 10 grand. And she's like, where did I said, oh, I had I lost like before I bought the house. This is going back, not this house. But he's like, really? Yeah, not good. I use Excel spreadsheets to track all stats units. You have to keep track. More like a load of crap. What's a load of crap? Me? With the book? No, with the book back in the day. Yeah, you had to, you could just have, your local guy. You'd have credit. The good thing about the local guy, though, like when we had future kind of stuff we do, you could just have your own separate account. Like that would never, like, I get now futures is tough because you have to roll into, I got to lay out 10 grand in futures. A lot of people don't have that. Or even if it's 500, that's a big chunk to lay out. Now, if you had a local guy, you could just have, like my local guy went offshore, and I could just have futures in a futures market where I don't have to put money out of my pocket, and I go to other sites. I put my futures in like everybody else on all the wraps or down in Meadowlands or wherever, Monmouth Park, Vegas. This you have to, man. It took a long. I say this. It's not something you learn overnight. I said today, like I made stupid mistakes yesterday doing stuff. It is not you're there and it's, hey, look at that. It's not like that. It's constant. Rise above. When I go to Vegas, mine was $3. Yes, you have to. You have to say this is all I'm gonna bet. You can't. Just tune in. Baltimore over 4.5 first. Yes, Michael. Baltimore over team total. You want to take Baltimore run line. Can't bet the A's. 6 straight losers. They're terrible. 6 straight losses, not losers. King D, have a good one. Good seeing you. Worked phones for a book until the door came down. Hello, cops. There you go. Back in the right. You call up. I mean, it was just a different time back there. You call up. Hello. 429. How are you today? Robert's like, run. Mike Warren ended up Professor Howard. They weren't so transparent. I mean, yeah. Come on, man. Not that we could talk about a lot of guys back in the day. The old 800 crew and USA Today or USA Network Saturday morning shows. Load management. Yes. You like the load management for NBA in September? Baltimore team total is 4.5. Terrible A's pitching. Yeah, I like the Orioles. I got Orioles run line plus 110. You want to go team total? Only 4.5. What is that about? They're playing with 5 guys today. Why is it only 4.5? They should score 6. I think they could probably score 8. Oh, Orioles are a bad team. So for me, it's a run line play, Michael. But since I got the run line, I'm going to say take that 4.5. Should get there. All right. If you're on picks and parlays, stick around because Lenny's live. I'm out of here. Again, I got a trip. I'll be gone for my father's funeral, so I won't be back till next Tuesday. Next Tuesday, you will see me. So that's that.